you, because indeed an apple is an apple is an apple, and if you buy it from us, they do honor all of that. By the way, don't forget about our HSN card. I've already talked about it a couple times tonight. If you didn't see our EcoFlow, the next presentation of it is going to be coming up in about 45 minutes or so. And if you didn't see it, I was talking about using our card to be able to use an extended flex pay. For our EcoFlow power system, you're going to get 18 months VIP financing. And if you use our card, that's how you qualify for it. If you don't have our card, you can actually use it, order it, or apply for it right now. And if you're approved, you can actually use it instantly. And we're going to give you $10 off that purchase. So if you're getting the EcoFlow, we're going to give you one quick flash at it. Just a flash, just a boom, just a wow. There it is, right there in the center, and you get all this good stuff with it. If you missed the presentation, we'll do it again, I think, at the top of next hour. Okay, there it is. And we've got it on sale today. Oh, thanks, guys. Just want to pop it up. But you have 18-month VIP financing if you have our card. So if you don't have our card, apply, and guess what? You can use it on that EcoFlow system. There we go. All right, now, if you're thinking about buying a new computer, maybe you need a new printer, or maybe someone's getting ready to go off in the fall to college and you're all weepy about it, but they really need their own printer. You don't have one for them, or maybe you just don't have a lot of space, or maybe you need a second printer because everyone's all over your printer and you kind of want your own. For me, I'm a crafter and I use my printer constantly, so this would be great to keep our family one area and me have my very own printer. This is amazing to me though, because it's such a petite little size. My HP is a good old, big old HP. I love it. I love that darn thing, and I've had it for years, and I get the instant ink and everything. But I love the petite size of this one, and yet it is an all-in-one printer. How awesome is that? So here we go. It is our HP DeskJet all-in-one. We have an HSN price of $99 and some change, plus 5 flex, plus free shipping. You get your instant ink, which Aaron's gonna explain in just a second, so that's awesome. It's included, the power cord, you get a software CD, and you get a setup poster to make it easy to be able to set this up very quickly. So Aaron, first and foremost, here's what amazed me. I cannot believe this teeny little thing is an all-in-one. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, so print, copy, scan, it's all in. In fact, I'm just going to show you guys from the very beginning. You can guess how it prints, right? And it, this is where the paper goes. Actually, this is what I should show you for a minute. This is what it folds up to. I mean, when we talk about this being a little bitty thing, this is your whole printer. So
it's like a loaf of bread. It is literally about the size of a loaf of bread.
I always say a lunchbox. It looks like a lunchbox to me when I fold it out. But yes, it's a loaf of bread is another really good example. What did I do with the paper that I just took out? Oh, here it is. So obviously, when it prints, it prints from here, and I'm going to show you how to print from your phone in just a minute. It's really, you can print from any device. But I know you're all wondering, and this is what I wondered forever too, well, how in the world does it make a copy? Well, this is how it makes a copy. You just line up with this edge over here. You take whatever it is you want to copy. You pop it in here, and it actually kind of, I don't know if you saw, but it kind of, once it goes in, it grabs it and it secures. I'm going to take it out. It goes in. Did you hear that? It just pulls it in just a little bit, and then you have a color or a black and white. I'm going to say color. So you can do one color copy, or you can do one black and white copy. That's how easy it is. And you see how it's folding? How it's feeding right through here. So that's feeding, and this is also how you scan. So I'm actually making a copy, but if you were just making a scan, that would be it. It would be done. But we've made a copy, so it scanned it in first, and now it's going to print out for us. Pretty extraordinary in this really compact design, right? So print, copy, and scan. This is a wireless printer, so you can print from any phone, any tablet, any computer. Doesn't matter if it's Apple, doesn't matter if it's PC. You can actually, it has its own email address, so you can actually email directly to the printer as well. You can print from mobile devices. You can scan on the go, as you just saw 1 minute ago. And that's what's exciting about this, is that it is incredibly compact, but Suze, it brings us so many great functions at such a great price. We don't have, I think you said we have about 300 of them, so there's not a whole lot of these for the country, but it's, for those of you who can get it, it really is just an extraordinary little printer. HP is the #1 inkjet printer company in America. I should mention that. And one other quick thing I'll mention, this is an HP Instant Ink printer. So I'll throw it back to Suzanne, and then when I get a chance to talk about it again, I'm going to talk about the fact that you never have to go to the store to buy ink anymore. You can just have an HP e-ink an HP Instant Ink subscription. It's about, for these kind of pictures, 8.5 by 11 full pages, we're talking about 6 pennies per print. So it's the lowest price color printing in America on any printer under $200. Oh, and here is, by the way, just real quick, look. This is the copy that we just made on your tiny little loaf of bread, as Suzanne said, loaf of bread sized printer.
Well, and here's the thing, that instant ink is the greatest invention ever, because you ever have a project and your kid's like, oh mom, I got a project for school tomorrow. At 2:30 in the morning, you've run out of ink and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is just the horrible, you know, you're panicked, and you're like, oh, what are we gonna do? And then you get that sticker shock of having to go buy ink. I have not bought an ink cartridge from a store, Aaron, I would say in 6 years, maybe? Would it be?
Yeah,
How old is instant ink?
Yeah, I looked this up the other day. Wait, I'm literally on my phone right now, so let me just look. When did HP Instant
Because that's when I invested in mine.
Start? Yeah, I think it was about 2013. Yeah, 9/24/2013. See, I literally had to look this up the other day so I could look it up again. Yeah, about eight years ago.
It's funny, when it first started, people kind of blew it off, and I didn't. I was like, oh, no, what? I'm sorry. This is actually going to arrive at my house when I never in the middle of the night have to panic and go get ink because my son didn't finish his project and we ran out of ink in the printer. The coolest thing is it knows and it talks to HP and says, oh, by the way, she's getting low. Send her some ink now. And then magically it arrives at my door. And it's for pennies. It is the greatest. If you do not have a printer that offers instant ink, 100% get this, because it'll pay. This is $99, right? It'll pay for itself over just the cost of buying a couple cartridges at the store. And I have not had to worry about it for probably 6 years, I guess 6 years or whatever. I've not had to ever, and it's funny, I don't even know what the cost of ink is in a store now. That's how, because I don't remember, because I have never bought ink in years. It is by far, and because I'm a creative person, I use a lot of colored ink. It doesn't matter whether it's full blown out color or just a whole lot of black ink that you use, it does not matter. It's that same low price for however you use it. It's fantastic. And so when you can get a printer, an HP that offers the instant ink, just be all over it and grab it and you'll totally realize what I'm saying. Many of you have it, you're like, oh yeah, it's the greatest thing ever. All right, here's the scoop. I have a lot less than 300 now. So it's a very limited quantity. We don't think it's gonna make it through the hour. So if you are thinking about getting a brand new printer, for me, I think this is a great alternative for somebody. Say they're going to college, they don't have a lot of space, maybe you're downsizing. Aaron, I think for a lot of people, they have a main printer that's pretty huge, and it might, like me, it's an HP, but you want that second one, maybe it's near your craft area, or you're starting your own home business, which so many people have done over the last couple of years, and you want a dedicated printer for that space, or maybe it's for your kids to do all their homework and their projects, and now they have a dedicated printer.
And the reason I have my phone out here is because you can print. So I just went to the HP Instant Ink app. I just pressed print. There's a ton of, Suzanne is such a creative, so I always try to find the creative things in there. Yes, I could have just printed any photos from my phone or any documents from my phone, but there's a whole, like I'm printing a Mother's Day card right now, for example. There's all these great free creative things that you can download. Lots of great things for kids, coloring pages for kids and for adults that are really, really easy to do. While that prints, I know we just have a couple minutes left. I'm going to talk a little bit about HP Instant Ink. We have a still that we're going to put up. What is HP Instant Ink? HP Instant Ink is an ink replacement program. So you never have to go to the store to buy ink again, and you save a ton of money, up to 50% on original HP ink. Your printer knows when it's almost out of ink and it orders it for you, so you'll always have it. They're monthly plans based on pages printed, not cartridges used. That's why Suzanne said you never have to worry about printing color again. You never have to think, oh my gosh, is this costing me $2, to do this full 8.5 by 11 beautiful color? No, it's not. It's costing you a couple pennies. I'll show you that in a sec. No annual fee. You can change or cancel your plans at any time. The ink, the shipping, and the cartridge recycling, they're all included. So this is not a trick. This is not something that you have to, sign a contract or a credit check or anything like that. You can opt out at any time. I will tell you, over 95% of people who try Instant Ink stick with it because it's such a good deal and it's so easy. Here's the ink plans. They start literally at pennies, at 99 cents a month. I'm going to speak to the one in the middle. It's the one I use. It's the one a lot of the hosts at HSN use. For $5.99. For easy math, we'll call that $6. We'll bump it up a penny. You can do 100 pages per month. that means your full, beautiful 8.5 by 11
photo paper
that you print,
like photo glossy
paper. I'm going to show you
paper.
those. That's right. They cost 6 pennies. You know as well as I do. If you go to the drugstore on the corner, or you go to the print shop, we're talking about literally $5 or $6 to print those. They are 6 pennies to print at home. And you remember, this is HP quality printing, so it is full, like, photo lab quality. Here's pictures. These are just pictures that I took on my phone. These are pictures of my little guy, you know, over the past year or two that we've taken at home. I know he's not a little bitty baby anymore. But these prints, we print these out as much as we want. It doesn't matter. There's 6. These go to grandma. These go to aunts and uncles. There's 6 pennies to print.
Well,
so
you know what, Aaron?
And again, you never have to go by the ink.
What happened to be funny, back in the day, especially as Craft was doing scrapbooking pages and making cards and all the stuff we do, right?
Yeah.
We used to really figure out which photo you really wanted. Like, I'm only gonna use this one photo because it just used to eat up all that color ink. It would just, you could see your ink level going down so quickly if you printed out a lot of color photos, right? Now, when you switch to instant ink, you don't care. 100 pages is 100 pages. You use them however you want. So for those of us who do a lot of scrapbooking, or you maybe just love printing out pictures because you put them on the wall, or you do love to share them with grandma, mom, whatever. Maybe you put in the mail of your girlfriend's getaway weekend to share with everybody, it's wedding pictures, whatever, right? You're gonna love instant ink. And the funny thing is not all HPs give you instant ink. You've got to make sure it comes with your printer. And quite frankly, I would never buy another brand. Instant ink is so good, and the printing capabilities are always fantastic. In fact, we don't talk about that much anymore because everybody assumes your print quality is going to be great, but HP has brilliant print quality, even in a loaf of bread size printer. So you really do get that exceptional results when you're printing full color. But make sure you get the instant ink. We're down to maybe 250 of these left for the whole country. And we've got the 5 flex and free shipping tonight as well. So Aaron, I got to let you go for the moment. Thanks for hanging out with us.
It was good to see you. Have a nice night, Suze.
All right, you too. Bye. All right, now we're going to jump. Are we going right to it? Am I not missing any time? I'm just going with it. Straight to it. Here we go. Da, 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 da. Okay, so I was pretty pumped when I came in tonight because I knew